Hey, welcome back to Left for Dead Garage. We are switching it up yet again. I've been waiting on this project. I've been waiting to get this project in. I've been wanting to get this project in because I'm pretty excited about doing this one. Now this one's not a full, it's not going to be me from the start to the finish. I'm going to kind of do the front up to the mid part of it, and then it'll go home to be finished, or unless he just wants me to keep going, we'll keep going. So apparently I'm a magnet for these trucks, and it's funny, I've never owned one. I think they're probably one of the coolest trucks made. So this makes number 4, but this one's a bit different. We have a 1952 GMC Suburban. This thing is last titled in Colorado. It is 100% complete. Like absolutely complete as it gets. The air cleaner's even in the truck. The last registration matches the tag. It's got this awesome visor. So that's a real deal Sun Shield Fulton visor. I mean, interior, which, I mean, it's all there. Floor's a little rotted. It's got some junk here and there. That's all the stuff dug out of the dash yesterday. It's got a little bit of rot there. Got the cool slot mags on it with the white walls. And after Chris going through the dash, and I've deciphered that said Lovell or Lavelle, however you want to pronounce it, but this is the lady's name. That's her middle initial, Laureen R. Lavelle, and she was an artist in Colorado. So that's pretty neat. So this thing is as cool as it gets. Body's pretty good shape. It's got some interesting patina. The top, the paint has said, I'm out of here, but that's all right. That'll all be fixed eventually. So what are we doing to this thing? Of course, we're gonna tear it apart. So up in the field on the trailer, there is a freshly powder coated S10 chassis with all Beltec suspension, Willwood brakes, 8.8 Explorer rear end, 373 limited slip, and it's going to get a cleaned up stock 5.3 with a fresh 4L60E, and just going to do a 93 octane tune on it, kind of like my orange pickup, and it does everything I want it to do. So no crazy motor stuff, no nothing, just one clean, solid swap, and that's the plan. This time around, so this is the guy that owned the Silver 49, and that's a full playlist on here. I will link it in the description. I have no idea how to link it in the video. The Silver 49 truck, and this is his. He's also got a second one. Well, he's also got another project after this coming here that I'm pretty excited to work on as well. So I'm gonna be using a Henry Panza kit on this one. His Silver 49 had a Rust D kit, and then Pinky was on a factory chassis, and then Keith's 54 that's in the shop, it's on a AD engineering kit. So eventually I'm gonna hit them all the chassis swap pieces. So tonight, there's not going to be a whole lot of video. I may do the little time lapse, just a quick time lapse, so I don't have like this super long video. It's tear down. Tear down and put bolts in baggies, label baggies, not just blow it apart and throw everything everywhere. Keep up with stuff. I'm sure Chris has got bolts and everything, but I want to baggie everything just to know, you know, as a reference. Or maybe some idiot bought a 50 Chevrolet off of an auction site last night and might need bolts. So, you know, the possibilities, you just never know. So, I'm gonna drag out some tools and a tripod, and let's tear this thing apart. All right, got the wheels off. I'm gonna jump in here and pull the inner fender bolts off the cab and the fender bolts, and make sure, like radiator hose clips and all that, I can get all that stuff loose. And I should be able to pick the front clip up, clear path first, and we can just set it over here somewhere for the time being. Set it down gently. I need a small utility trailer, a junk one, that I can put stuff like this on and get out of the way. I think I said that before, but I've not bought one. All right, let's get to it. That thing's a little heavy. Whew, can of corn, Diet Coke. All right. Now that we've got it ruined, oh, got a little Swiss cheese there. To be honest with you, I might try to leave the hood. Just one less thing to have to figure out where to put somewhere. Alrighty, front clip is off. I'm gonna go through and disconnect all motor related stuff. Got some throttle and a choke and oil pressure gauge, some clutch linkage, brake pedal, all that stuff. So I'm gonna jump on that. I'll get back to you. Well, it's about 15 to 8. I am ready to start cutting body mounts. I'm ready to start cutting body mount bolts. I'm gonna torch them, just torch the head off the bolt. I'm sorry, torch the nut and the bottom half of the bolt off. By the time I diddle around by myself with vice grips on the inside and me on the bottom, I can just torch them, but I'm out of gas, so I'll run and get the bottles swapped out tomorrow. We'll torch the nuts off. I believe we got some taillight wiring to cut loose. Got a got this fuel filler deal to deal with. Maybe another thing or two, I ain't sure. Oh, I got the column out. All the pedals are disconnected. I don't know how much of that you can see. So the column's out, all the pedals disconnected. Got the inner fender. These inner fender bolts, passenger side, come from the inside out. The driver's side is outside in. All the hoses, the foot start for the starter disconnected. All this junk over here. So that's where I'm at. Sometimes disassembly goes quick, but this thing has got a few gears on it, so things are sort of stuck. But I'll just keep at it and see if we can't have the body, maybe the body off by tomorrow. See you tomorrow.
Competition Products, your source for hardcore engine parts for street, strip, and oval track. Our free catalog is packed with hundreds of product lines from the best-known manufacturers in the performance industry. Lowest prices guaranteed. Free shipping and handling on all orders over $149 in the continental U.S. Need expert advice? Our knowledgeable staff is just a phone call away. Competition Product, race parts sold by racers since 1970.
All right, this is quicker on my phone since I hadn't videoed since I started. I figured I just better get down here and jump on it and get it done. I can't only bore you with so much time lapse. So, the body's off the chassis. Basically what I had to do is get it all in the air, obviously, chassis on jack stands. Torched all the bolts loose, and then I started walking the body up in the air little by little with blocks between the rails and the body mounts, and then I got to where I could get this aluminum tubing through here. I was wanting to do it on the rockers, only on the rocker, but the back half was so heavy I had to get a little sketchy, and got blocks in there, a block right there, and the jack stand's 7 miles in the air, but it's stable. I mean, it ain't going nowhere. I don't believe I'd get in there and start doing no flips or nothing, but I mean, it's pretty stable. I'm sure that I'll probably have to fuss and fight with how I want it when I start putting the chassis under it. That'll be interesting. I may have to go to plan B. I don't know what that is yet, but we'll figure it out. It would be nice if I could suspend it, but I don't believe this carport will take it, so much for that. All right, I'm gonna clean up. It took me I'm right at 3 hours pulling this body off. It's something else. So I'm gonna get cleaned up, go inside, and we'll do it all over again, and see what we can get done. All right, I think I'm gonna end the video here, just to try not to, there'll be so many videos on this. I should, and I hope to be able to just do it in like 15 to 20 minute videos, I hope. So chassis over here, body's over there. I started this morning, I cut the pan out. This pan's different in the Suburban because that seat actually folds up and down. And it's actually, the seat was smarter than me, to be honest with you, on how to get it out of there. But the seat pans out. I'm going to, since that side's pretty Swiss cheesed underneath the floor, because it's like double paneled, I'm gonna make this out of some 16 gauge, bead roll it, like make it strong or whatever, and do it right. And plus it's a little crusty there. He has from here forward, even up the toe board. So I don't know if we'll put the whole toe board in. Not 100% sure yet, but it goes all the way around. I'm just gonna, it also got these inner kick panels coming, and these inner cab fillers, I can't remember what they're for sure called. And then this is Swiss cheese, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take his patch and I'm gonna cut, although that worries me. So I don't really know what's behind that chip, but my plan is to weld this section on and not mess with the white. It does have a little filler going on right here, or maybe it's just paint cracking, I don't know. But this whole entire panel comes up to this seam here. So I'm just gonna fix what we can along with in here. And you can see it's on both sides like that, but yep, that's where we're at. And I'm gonna keep on at it, and next video we'll be doing the cover the floor pan replacement and this repair here. So that'll do it for now. Thanks for watching Left 4 Dead Garage. We'll see you on the next one.